find your comfortable seat and maybe close your eyes. Settle in. Better. Lift your crown to the sky, let your sit bones drop down into the ground. And take a moment to just move very tiny little movements backwards and forwards, side to side, maybe even a little twist from side to side. Just find your central point. Find the point where your head is balanced on your spine. And there's no tension. There'll always be muscles that are switched on and working to hold you in this position. But we're looking for the position that requires the least from your muscles. So that you can switch off and relax as many places around your body as possible, while still maintaining this lovely wide shouldered, relaxed neck, easy arms, soft belly, long-sided, tall spine. Think about gently sliding your chin back a couple of millimeters. So not up or down, just back. And then notice where you need to lift or lower your chin to get that feeling of perfect balance. Set your sankalpa for your practice today. What's your intention for yourself? What do you need more of in your life? And that might be in your head, in your body, in your emotions. It doesn't necessarily need to be external to you. It can be within you too. Ease off in the backs of your shoulders. And start to take your breath in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And with every breath, try to slow it down a little and lengthen as well. So the first few conscious breaths might feel a little uneven and shallow. We need to slowly build up to that nice deep, slow in and out breath. The out breath longer than the in breath. So give yourself some time, always checking in with the body at the same time. Breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Noticing the areas where your muscles start to just unconsciously go for a little bit of a squeeze. And being sure to check back into those areas more often. So as you exhale, emptying completely. Hold for a beat or a second or two on the empty of the exhale. So when you're completely empty and you feel like you desperately need to take that breath in, if you can hold just for a little tiny moment there, and then allow that air to rush in, but control it so that you can keep it as long as possible. Don't want to fill up too quickly. Ease off any tension in the neck and belly. And keeping your eyes closed, we're just going to move the head gently with each breath. So as we inhale, we'll lift the chin. As we exhale, we tuck the chin down into the chest. So nice arc movement. Each breath, the same movement. Bring it right down into your belly as you breathe in and exhaling fully as you breathe out. Let's make some noise now with that breath. Starting to speed up a little bit maybe. Especially with the exhale. Make it nice and noisy, lots of air coming out through your pursed lips and you can hear it. And then back to center. Still keeping that nice easy rhythm that you've got with your breath. Let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. Back to center. And left shoulder. Back to center. Right shoulder one more time. Back to center. And you can guess what's next, over to the left. And back to center, well done. Let's stay here in the seated position, but come into a little bit of a twist. So take your right hand to your left knee. Try to still keep your body upright. Quite often you can feel like you want to just lean over there. Try not to, try to just take the arm round. Keep the crown of your head lifting up. Your sit bones dropping down into the ground. Don't help with this left knee. Keep it where it was. Don't bring it up to try and help. Unless you need to, if you have a little bit of a stiff back this morning, maybe you might need to do that. So do what works for you, but if you can, both knees as they were. And then let's come up tall with the shoulders, open up and take that left hand down to the ground behind. Touch down with your fingers, pushing into the floor and lift. So lift and turn at the same time. You're using both your arms, quite powerful arms here. Oops, slipping on my towel this morning. And then remember to look around as far as you can to the left. So we get a nice little bit of a warm up in the neck as well, not just into the spine. A little bit of movement in the hips and lots in the shoulders. As you breathe in and out here, as you take a deep breath in, adds on to the challenge of the twist. And release your head and neck, then your shoulders. And let's go all the way around to the other side straight away. So left hand, right knee, up tall before you start that open movement. Opening up the chest and then popping your hand down. Oh, how lovely, got a patch of sun. Right, bring that right ear around as far as you can. Turn your head and neck. Don't worry if you don't get too much movement, if you haven't done a lot of moving already today. We will get that spine nice and warmed up by the end. Remembering to breathe. In through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Each deep breath helps to intensify that twist. And release eyes, head, neck, shoulders, back to center. Well done. Take your hands to the floor in front of you and let's slide away. So slide your hands forward. Nice big exhale to get even further. And drop your head. So a lovely heavy head here. Chin to your chest. Stretching out. In your back, under your arms, walking your fingertips a little further forward if you can. Nice stretch across the tops of your shoulders. And then draw back. So using your back and your torso to get yourself up to sitting. All right, so let's start moving. We're going to carry on with that spine warming up with a nice cat-cow combination. So find your tabletop, your nice stable tabletop, stable table. And keeping your head and your neck and your back in line. We're going to start off first by pushing back. So push back, resisting with the thighs a little, pushing back with the arms, and then coming forward. Going past the midway point so that you're putting a little bit of stress into your wrists, into your forearms, and then back again. Pushing back, resisting with the thighs, all the way down, hips to heels, and then back again. One more push into that. Now tuck your toes under. You might have to lift your knees to get your toes right underneath, and then pop them back down again. And then we're going to push back. A nice little stretch. Can you feel that in your Achilles? Can you feel it in your toes? Maybe you can feel it in the sole of your foot. So pushing right back. And allow your knees to come off the mat. Bring your thighs into your chest. And then taking your knees back down. Such a lovely stretch in the ankles and the toes. And then pushing forward one more time into that, past the midway point. And then back to neutral. Release the toes. Find your stable table again. And then let's come into cat and cow. So we're taking our belly down to the mat first. Go at your own pace. If you're a cat, cow, regular, you'll have your own rhythm for doing this. So go with what works for you. Otherwise, we are rounding on the out breath. And then taking the belly down to the mat on the in breath. So think about opening up your chest, sending your chest forward, lots of space in the chest. And then as you breathe out, everything is compressing and curling and making a very small space there in the lungs, opening up the back of the body. Make sure that your fingers are pressing into the floor. And try and be noisy with that breath as well. When you are in your cat, bring your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. And when you're in your cow, you want to lift your head, take it to the top of your back, and send your sit bones up and out. So at your own pace, follow the breath or make the breath follow the movement. You decide which way around that works for you. And then one more, and let's come back to neutral. So go for another round. And back to neutral. Well done. We're going to come into gun dog. But first of all, we're going to do a side lift. So hands stay where they are, lifting your right leg out to the side. So think carefully about where you're going to send your weight, where that power is. You've got two hands, but you've only got one leg. We don't want to lean in any way. We will have to a little bit. We're trying to avoid it. So slow, steady lift. Push that left, top of the left foot into the floor, lifting your right knee out to the side without changing the angles in your back, in your hips, and then bringing it back to center. And let's go with the left. Remember to place the top of your right foot firmly into the ground. That will help you move without moving too much in the torso. So left leg goes out to the side, left leg, left foot directly out to the side. And gently back. One more time over to the other side. Think about your elbows. Where are they pointing? Right leg out. Just notice. And then gently back. Left leg out to the side. Squeeze into that left glute. And then gently back. And there we are. We're slightly warmed up now. We're ready for our gun dog. So we're going to go left hand, right leg. So send your arm up, send your leg out. Try to keep in line. And when you're in a yoga session, try just means observe, see what's working for you, see if you need to make an adjustment. Push the floor away with your right hand. Don't collapse into that shoulder, nice and strong in that shoulder, and then let's come back. Bring your elbow in and bring your knee in. So a nice rounded tuck, squeeze, and then let's come back down to stable table, and then we're going out with the right arm, left leg. And trying to keep the hips in line so you're not flaring that left hip up towards the sky. Left is in line with the right. Reach your toes away, reach your fingertips away, push the floor away. Strong shoulders here. Strong across your back. No collapsing. Squeezing into that left glute. Pulling your belly button towards your spine. And then gently back. Take your knees wide as you possibly can. Big toes together, and then send yourself back into that lovely wide-legged resting pose, sliding your arms forward. So as much of your arms on the floor as possible, and take your chin to the mat, or if it's more comfortable, your forehead. When your chest is this close to the floor, your kind of nose gets a little bit in the way. So choose chin or forehead. And try to feel like you're opening up under your arms. So stretching your fingertips away as far as possible, lengthening in the elbows, stretching your fingers out, and breathing. Nice, slow, deep breath. With every out breath, taking your chest down to the mat. And ease off and relax in the hips and the legs. Think about pressing the underarms into the floor. or towards the floor. And then we're going to walk the hands back. Keep that nice wide leg posture, wide legged kneel, sit back on your feet. If that isn't comfortable, find a position that works better. You might need to bring your knees back together or send your feet out slightly to the side so you're not sitting on the tops of your feet. And then bringing your hands together behind you, clasp them behind you and send them behind. So opening up the chest here, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other, lifting the chin. Really see if you can squeeze them together so tightly that they touch. Drop your shoulders down. Shoulders are relaxed. It's all coming from the arms. Lift your head. And now with control, we're going to go down to the mat, lifting the arms up behind. Forehead to the mat. Lift in your arms. Don't let your arms collapse down. As if somebody was holding your hands and gently pulling them up towards the sky. And we're going to lift with the arms again. So we're going to come up to sitting. Get that movement coming from your legs, from your torso. Come all the way up and release. Give yourself a hug. Bring your knees in. Come up to a squat. So we're in our squat. Arms wrapped around. See if you can walk your fingers over to your shoulder blades. And then release. Take your arms wide. And then come back into the opposite hug. So whichever elbow was on top last time, if you can remember, send it to the bottom this time. And a nice big stretch across the back because you're holding on with your fingertips onto your shoulder blades and gently drawing away as you squeeze into that hug. And release, take your hands down to the mat. We're going to come up into downward facing dog, but we're going to go quite slowly into it. And we're going to really, we're going to amble into it. Let's amble into it. So thighs stay connected to your torso. And all we're going to do here is lift the hips. So calves come away from the backs of your thighs. Lift your hips and walk the hands forward a little. So we're going to keep that connection with thighs and chest. Coming up onto toes if you need to. And then walking forward a little further. So you're almost in your downward facing dog. And then we start to peel away. So sending the heels down to the mat, straightening the legs. And don't have to straighten all the way. Keep a little bend. We're looking for wide shoulders here. So think about broadening across the shoulders, taking your arms a little further away so your head has plenty of space to just hang, head and neck, face completely relaxed. Just quickly check in there. Everything at ease. Let go. Maybe nod your head yes, shake your head no. And push the floor away with your hands. So think about the palms of your hands laying flat to the floor and your fingers. And pushing the elbows into that lovely straight position. Lengthening now through your back, sending your hips up towards the sky. And straightening the legs a little more, if that works for you. Feel that somebody has hold of your hips and they're drawing them back gently, tilting up towards the sky. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Lovely strong posture, lots of stretch in the backs of your legs. And we're going to come into a three-legged dog. So take your weight into your left foot. Try to keep everything else exactly where it was. And then lifting the right leg just directly out behind you. Take the sole of your foot up towards the sky now, bending that right leg. And kick up. So push the sky away. And then bringing that leg back down, all the way down. Take it to the floor. Bring your knees to the mat. Feet together, thighs together. Send yourself back into balasana. Bring your forehead to the mat and take your arms either side of your body. We're resting the shoulders, resting the elbows and the arms. Take a moment here to do 3 rounds of breath. And taking your arms forward, take them to the floor, look at your hands or the space between your hands is your drishti point here. And then we're going to tuck the toes under, come back into downward facing dog. So come back in however you wish. Find your posture, find your space within the body. Remember, head and neck completely relaxed. Give it a shake, give it a nod. And then let's take our weight into the right foot. You'll feel instantly that your left hand has more pressure, left arm. And we're going to take the left leg up. So we're only going straight out behind. And then bending that knee, sole of the foot towards the sky. And then we're going to push up. So lifting up, squeezing into that left glute. Nice and strong in the right leg, in the left arm, right arm there for support. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then bring that foot back down. Come up onto toes, tip toes as much as you possibly can. And then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet. Until we are in our Uttanasana, easy forward bend. Cross your arms, let them just help stretch through the back as the weight of your arms and your head and your neck gently pull you forward. And we're rolling up, so nice slow roll, lots of control. There we go, all the way up, and then we're coming into a little bit of a back bend. So take your arms up, look up at your hands, palms of your hands together, and a little bit of a back bend. So think about sending your hips forward, looking up, dropping your head back. And back to center. Release your arms. Let's come into a balance. Let's come into Vriksasana. I've been in our tree for a little while. So starting with the left leg as your standing leg. Think about putting your weight down firmly into that leg and bring your heel into spleen point on the side of your calf. Taking that knee out to the side the whole time. By the end of being in Vriksasana, you should be feeling quite tired in this right hip from constantly moving this knee out to the side. So hands on hips, shoulders are tall, head is long, head is lifted, neck is long. Let's go with that one, that sounds much better. And breathe. It's kind of dark and gloomy today. I think it's because it's so bright outside. And you're going to slide up, starting to come into a little bit more of a balance. So just on the side of your leg, below your knee. Well, there's little micro movements you need to do in the foot and the standing leg to find that balance. Just give your shoulders a bit of attention here. Are they relaxed? Are you lifting your sternum? Giving yourself some length in the front of the body as well. And then let's come up a little higher if it works for you. Otherwise, pick one of the other two versions that we've just done. Whoops. Find your fixed point, your drishti point, soft, unfocused gaze. And something that doesn't move. And make that standing leg strong. So squeeze the muscles in your standing thigh. Oops, the left thigh. And you'll feel that with the right sole. Go ahead and do whatever movements you like with your arms. And we're going to come out by holding onto that right leg. So find your knee, bring the knee round, wrap your hands around, either around the front or you can hold on under your thigh, whatever works best for you. And then we're going to lift, squeeze your right thigh into your chest or towards your chest. And we're almost out now. We're going to straighten the right leg, hold the thigh, and then release. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower with control. Well done. Might need to kick out the left leg a little. Give it a bit of a shake. Maybe the right leg as well, so it doesn't feel left out. Maybe the left leg again. All right, let's find that lovely strength and stability in the right foot now. Think about the sole of your foot, all your toes pressing in. And then we're going to be strong there and have a little bit of movement in the left. So pushing in now into the spleen point. It's a hands-on hips kind of day for me today. So That's where mine are, but do what works for you. A little bit of a lift in the sternum. Tuck your bottom under, so tailbone slightly under. A little bit more length there. And then we're sliding up, so halfway, just below your knee. Finding that lovely sense of balance. Some days it's a wobbly balance, some days it's a nice steady balance. Well, both are nice, but one definitely feels more satisfying than the other, doesn't it? And then we're going to slide up or pull up, whatever you need to do. And a lovely strong standing leg so that you can push in. Well done. As always, if you come out, just come back in. So much work being done by that standing leg, by your torso, your core. And then let's hold onto that knee. Bring the thigh around, lift. Nice squeeze into that hip. And we're straightening and holding. So straighten out your leg and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly down. Nice wide-legged stance here. And we're going to do a halfway fold. So let's reach forward. Halfway. Coming down. We get to about halfway. And then looking at the ground. Arms up, shoulders relatively relaxed. And lifting your hips, your sit bones. You get that length in the backs of your legs. Reaching forward. Reach forward. And fold all the way down. Feel that lovely easing in your lower back. Hands to the floor or wrapped around each other as you wrap your arms around each other. Close your eyes. A little bit of a bend in the knee, lift your kneecaps. And again, curling your sit bones up towards the sky, getting that length in the backs of your legs. And having a lovely inversion at the same time. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a stretch here. So pressing your hands into the floor, straighten your arms, and then we're going to slide over to the right. So bend your right knee, keep your left leg straight. You might need to move your arms and hands. Coming down into a side lunge, long side lunge. So your left foot, the inner edge of your foot is on the mat. Think about that lovely opening up in the inner thigh here, along the backs of your legs as well, leg. And then we've got that lovely compression into the right groin, into the lymph. Totally lost my words then. So we're cutting off the lymph at the top there. We're opening up into the left leg. Try and notice here while you're in this posture and these movements where your legs feel cold, where they feel warm, if there's a change in sensation. So we're getting as much of this leg down towards the mat as possible. And then we're going to slide over to the other side. Walk with your hands, help yourself. Keeping low, nice and low. And then here we go, sliding over. To the left. And again, just pressing down, so the inner edge of your knees coming down towards the mat. I seem to have less stretch on this side. I wonder why. So breathe into the posture. Let go of any tension in any areas where it's not required right now. It's quite a balanced posture. You've got your arms to support, both feet are on the floor. One more round of breath here, and we're going to move. So using your hands, coming over to the midpoint, then past, over to the right again. So over to the right. We're done with our standing postures for today. We're going to be coming down to sitting in a moment. We're on our way. We're quite low, we're quite close to the ground. And then we're going to slide back over to the left for the last time. Drop your hips. And then we're going to come back to center, and we're going to stay central. So back to center, nice low in the body, using your hands and your arms as well. And then coming up, elbows to thighs. And a little bit of a pulse here, so I'm going to send the hips down and then up, down and up, down and up. Last one, down and halfway up. Take your hands to the floor, straighten your legs, bring your feet in. And then we're going to come into our squat, getting down towards the ground. So come into a squat, hold here for a moment, a little bit of balance, some more stretching out in the backs of the legs, working into the knees, nice compression in the hips there as well. And we're coming down to sitting. So however works for you, coming into Baddha Konasana. We're going to go Baddha Konasana, Paschimottanasana, and then we'll come into our lying on the floor section of proceedings. So pulling your heels in towards you, sending your knees out to the sides. Fold forward with an out breath. So intensify that stretch into your hips, into your thighs. Noticing where you feel tight today and where it's easy. Depends on what you've been doing or what you haven't been doing. Last fold forward. Sending your legs out, so Paschimottanasana. West facing pose. Let's sit in Dandasana first. So think about being in staff pose. So heels come off, lengthen through the backs of your legs, pop them back down again and bring your toes just gently in a little bit towards your face. Think about your sit bones. As we were when we started, our focus is on letting them drop down, feeling fully supported by the ground. And from there, a lovely long spine. Lengthen the sides of the body, taking your shoulder blades a little bit towards each other so you get that lift and moving forward, movement of the sternum. Lifting your chin. And think about lifting the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. At the same time, pressing the backs of your legs into the floor. Staff pose, Dandasana. We're moving into Paschimottanasana or west facing pose. We're going to slide the arms and hands forward as we fold forward. Inhale to come away. Exhale to fold forward. Move with each breath. And bring to mind your sankalpa or your intention for practice for today. Not just for your practice, but for the whole of your day, for yourself going forward. Keeping that back relatively straight, massaging internal organs with that fold forward. And coming all the way up, bringing your thighs into your chest, wrapping your arms around. Coming into a balance. So nice balance. Back quite straight. Shoulder blades easy and soft. Wrapping your hands around each other. So finding your stillness and your calm. And then we're going to roll down from here. So come down however works for you, but if you can, just gently rolling back. Make sure I've got enough space. Down into your mat. Knees into your chest. Pulling your knees in and thighs. Close your eyes and start to ease into being flat onto the floor. Letting the muscles in your back feel completely at ease here. Where you are right now. And then taking your hands up into a T junction, T shape, cross, whatever. We're going to take the knees over to the left. So here, if you can get to a place where your legs are comfortably on the floor and your right shoulder is also on the floor, that's great. If your knees are hovering and not on the floor, you can't relax. So take them a little further away. Maybe take the top knee over or under. Play with it and find the space that works for you. We just want to try and keep that right shoulder, both shoulders on the mat at all times. And coming over to the other side. The knees first, then the head. Back to center with your head. Back to center with your thighs, knees. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself a hug. Well done. Maybe a little rock from side to side if that feels like it would be good. Well done. Bring yourself into your Shavasana, whatever you need to feel comfortable and relaxed. Send your heels away, send your arms away. Rock from side to side in your shoulders, the same in your hips. Finding that space, easing out the spine, easing out the neck, shaking your head from side to side. Lots and lots of little movements as you stretch and relax. Close your eyes, ease everywhere. Breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Sinking a little deeper with every out breath. Sinking into that lovely, peaceful state of relaxation. So relax your feet. Relax the whole of each foot from your toes down to your heels. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves and your shins. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips and the whole of your pelvis. Relax your belly and your lower back and the sides of your body. Relax your chest and relax your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, relax your knees, relax your forearms and relax your hands. From your fingertips, your palms, the backs of your hands, the fronts of your hands, under your fingernails. Relax everything. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your chin and your mouth. Relax your nose and your cheeks. Relax your eyes and your forehead. Relax your ears and the whole of your scalp. Take your attention to the crown of your head, and as you breathe in, imagine that you are being filled with a bright, white, warm and clear light. Going to every single part of your body, feeding you mind, body, and soul, soothing, calming, energizing, all at the same time. And every in-breath, taking that breath right down into your belly, filling up with warmth and light. And with every out-breath, letting go of the things that you do not need, that do not bring you joy, letting go of the things you've been holding on out of habit. Breathing in, filling up, knowing that you've made space in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, for all the good that is to come. Breathing out, letting go, making more space, allowing yourself to be. Keeping your eyes closed, start to move, start to feel the room around you, feel the space around you. Taking yourself into a comfortable seated position with your eyes still closed. Just sitting, taking your hands to heart center, pressing your right palm into your left and your left palm into your right, dropping your head, taking your chin to your chest. That lovely stretch down the back of your spine, that strength in your arms and your shoulders. Taking a deep in-breath. As you breathe out, opening your eyes gently, raising your head back to center, and namaste. You have a wonderful day, lots of energy and lots of light and warmth and all the other good things.